same moment, different endings. Actually, it was season 2, when Rengoku died. Bro forgot to switch accounts. Nah, dementia just kicking in early. How'd I do? Okay, that is the best flapping pumpkin I've ever seen. Praise the person who made the pumpkin man. Tanjiro? My name is Kamado Tanjiro. Inosuke? Do you see this trash, Gunpachiro? Kimetsu no Yaiba characters' names according to autocorrect. Ramiro Komodo, Insurance Hospital. Zeus Satsuma, Mexico Kimono. Tomato Guy. Shinobu Loco, Random Terrorist. Initially Obama. Same Shinigami. Mitsuri Janario. Kane Loco, Mixing Jojo Sushi. Tomorrow Mischievous. Guinea Homecoming. YouTube Tsunami. Inosuke made this post? Fairy Tail? Demon Slayer? Getting hate despite being good anime. People hate how much attention Demon Slayer gets despite having a simple story. I think most of the fandom will acknowledge its success is heavily tied to Ufotable, so I don't know why that argument is still relevant. Also, when everyone keeps hearing about how good a show/movie is, the knee-jerk reaction is, oh, well, it's not that good. So they're already going into it being overly critical because they don't know how to think for themselves. When you're tired of people calling you Michael Jackson, so you just change your gender. So, Janet Jackson then? Nezuko? Nezu? Neko? Zuko? Hold up, something ain't right. Fun fact, in that timeline, Rengoku is a basketball and Akaza is a donut. The Kamado siblings meet their alternate selves. How would this conversation go? This image flapping scared me, but then I looked at the caption and said thank God. You 6 are the most important things to me. But there are only 3 of us. I know what I said. Plot twist, they're all pregnant. Strong lungs blow hard. He doesn't see power, he sees opportunity. Everyone training to fight Upper Moon demons? Nezuko. Zenitsu can agree to this as well. The mist is real, isn't it? As the writer revealed, the effects of the breathing styles are not real, they are just visual effects for the viewers. But it's so obvious the mist and misbreathing appears realistically, and it's even distracted the animes. For example, the fight between Muichiro vs Gyoko and Muichiro vs Sanemi and Obanai. It clearly shows how Muichiro hides behind and within the mist. So please give an answer whether the effect of the breathing style are real or not. Muichiro just farts a lot when he uses his technique. In all seriousness, all techniques are imaginary visual styles. Muichiro is no exception. He's just really fast. PE teacher? Okay, you gotta control your breathing. Girls? OMG, that's so boring. Boys? Water breathing, second form.
What?
So, only boys watch Kimetsu no Yaiba? Only boys breathe. Meanwhile, in a different universe. Demon Slayer Pokemon crossover pins. The moment when you realize that Inosuke was moving that rock without any Demon Slayer mark.
What?
I mean, so were Genya and Gyomei. It wasn't meant to be something only marked Demon Slayers could accomplish. Looking at it from a game perspective, Inosuke is the strongest among the 3 boys with only base stats. Tanjiro has the inferior base stats, but has the best scaling, earliest power spike, best weapons, and best skill set. Zenitsu unlocked hidden perks after putting all his skill points into the level 1 offensive skill. Imagine working day and night to mask your uncontrollable rage just to have some little spoonbait come up to you and say that you smell angry. As a big brother, Tanjiro couldn't let him say that for his last words. Bro just said shut, respectfully. Imagine a Demon Slayer Corp member was still on a toilet break. Who breathing, first form, twisting stomach. Who breathing, second form, spicy curry tsunami. Who breathing, ninth form, flowy and runny surprise. Hu breathing, 10th form, overload of spices. Hu breathing, 16th form, average diarrhea, Indian food madness. Hu breathing, 8th form, liquid jet spray. Hu breathing, 11th form, Carolina Reaper. Hu breathing, 19th form, toilet clogging, room stenching. Hu breathing, esoteric art, 20th form, bean burrito from Taco Bell. The duality. Nezuko cake whooping Daki. Nezuko seeing Daki die. If you ever feel dumb, just remember this man rejected Mitsuri. Bro didn't just fumble the bag, he threw it on the ground. Honestly though, she'd probably love and cherish you like no other. Mitsuri is superhuman. He would probably die during Bible study. Lucky flapper. The mental fortitude of this moment is astounding. To dive more into detail, he completed it while lying on the floor, dying of poison and forcefully stopping his heart from pumping blood to halt circulation. From a biological perspective, the brain requires a continuous supply of oxygen to function properly. When the heart stops, it also halts the circulation of oxygen to the brain. Within seconds, brain cells begin to die. Within minutes, brain damage occurs, leading to impaired functions, loss of consciousness, and potentially death. So, while dying of poison, dying of blood loss, his brain becoming impaired as brain cells rapidly die, he was still able to maintain his focus. Even more so, he analyzed Gyutoro's fighting habits and attacks, converted them into sound, and read it like a sheet music that essentially became cheat sheet to Gyutoro's entire fighting style and moves. It even works with the line he screams at Tanjiro when he gets slashed in the eye, "Don't stop!" Like he knows time's up for him, but if he can just create an opening for Tanjiro, it'll be worth it. Dude put absolutely everything on the line, and was 100% willing to die just for the slightest chance of victory. What an absolute Chad. Other characters' backstories? Death, depression, regret. Mitsuri's backstory? A hopeless romantic all my life. The guy who rejected her must have been dropped on the head as a baby. The question is not, was he dropped as a baby, but rather, how many times? Why didn't Shinobu try this earlier? Is she stupid? Imagine being Shinobu and seeing Kano get past her inability to make her own decisions because some guy said, "Don't." If I was Shinobu, I might just bash my head into the wall before being happy for Kano. I volunteered to be the wall.
What?
Tanjiro is different. Tomioka-san. Tomioka. Tomioka. Giyu-san! Because Giyu accidentally adopted him. Manga versus anime. The anime has Nezuko with black dot eyes, so it wins. Fun fact, these two happen in the same time period. Europe killing themselves in World War I. Meanwhile, somewhere in rural Japan. When you realize the moon reflects the sunlight, but the demons still don't die from that. The way my mouth dropped when I read Shinobu's. From the sound Hashira's point of view. She's serious and a tad flashy, with good hips for giving birth. He's always spacing out. He's young and definitely not flashy. He's got flashy eyes. Are different colored eyes possible? I'm jealous, but he's too fastidious and serious. He's the first guy I ever met who's bigger than me, and he's freakishly strong. He's somber. He always looks like he's at a funeral, and it bugs me. He's a great guy, and flashy. He stands out even more than me. She's weird, and her flashiness aggravates me. Good hips for giving birth, though. He's dangerous, with a bratty side. You know what? F you. Unobjectifies your Mitsuri. Add buttons onto the white part. She can't ever take it off if you don't. You just created a bolt-action sniper rifle. The same thing. Don't make this guy a demon. He'll forget he's a demon and walk out in the sun. When I'm in a cooking competition and Ufotable walks in with Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc Episode 8. Graffiti on a chili in school. As expected from the King of the Mountain. Genya was trained by the Stone Hashira. Tanjiro was trained by the former Water Hashira. Zenitsu was trained by the former Thunder Hashira. Inosuke wasn't trained by anyone, he created his own breathing style. Tamayo is stronger than me, because I would have unzipped Muzan's pants and shown him the blue spider lily he's been looking for.
What?
If anything in that region is blue, you might need to get seen by a medical professional. Which face reveal shocked you the most? Haganezuka. Dude looks like a total stud. I wish Haganezuka slayed some upper moons. I wish he would slay me.
What?
Bonkai. I have a theory. IGN gave this season a 3. Demon Slayer Hashira training arc sacrifices momentum and depth for an absurdly long and meandering season that should have been a montage. Oh, IGN is about to rake in the dough from the hate clicks. Who's your favorite trio? Zenitsu Tanjiro Inosuke? Kane Shinobu Kano? Rengoku Mitsuri Tengen? Doma Kokushibo Akaza? Giyu Obanai Sanami? Personal opinion. I would have preferred if Tanjiro was the first one to react and scream out Muzan shortly after seeing him again instead of Gyomei. Considering out of all the Slayers here, Tanjiro was the first to actually encounter Muzan face to face. Gyomei was the first to encounter Muzan mace to face. Why do they look kinda similar? Yeah, even same energy trio. So what you're implying is that Tengen should take Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Ganpachiro as his wives as well? Everyone being scared of Muzan? Meanwhile, Amane. I don't remember this. Is this canon? Did you know Inosuke also has a crow named Dongurimaru, but he tried to eat it, so it refuses to come near him? You wake up at 3 AM and see this above your bed. What's your reaction? Would. Dear Kimetsu no Yaiba community, stop objectifying Nezuko. I'm starting to think Geto was right all along. They clearly have a type. Beauty, long black hair, purple eyes, can kick your butt. Who are you? I'm you, but thicker. Inosuke's face with Zenitsu's personality. Why do Daki and Akaza look like the popular mean girl and athlete bully from every movie? Endoma is the edgy cool kid, and Hantengu is the random hallway creep nobody likes, and Kokushibo is the silent kid no one dares to talk to because they know he could beat them up. And Gyoko is just a glass of water. Gyoko is a guy who does weird things in the bathroom during the break. Flap! Flap! Nezuko! Manga readers? Sweet baby, you have never done anything wrong ever. Die. Anime watchers? Die. Sweet baby, you have never done anything wrong ever. I've seen manga readers be sweet baby to them both, and honestly, I'm scared. Friendly reminder, these are the only 2 people in history to create a breathing style from scratch. I was recently thinking about how crazy it was Inosuke basically rediscovered total concentration breathing on his own. Like, in an alternate universe where Yoriichi never existed, the progenitor of all breathing styles might very well have been Lord Inosuke. I've been watching Demon Slayer with my mom, and she never gets the characters' names right. These are their names according to my mom. Tanjiro, Nezuko, Annoying Kid, Feral Pig Boy, Tapioca, Tasty Guy, Everything's Flashy Guy, Crazy Sword Guy, Worm Lady, Michael Jackson. Don't worry, my mom calls every character Goku. Name a more stylish, pure evil villain. You can't. Why didn't they mention it in the meeting? Damn, we really should have said something about that weird place we fell into on our last mission. The whole sequence with them at the first episode of the season never happened in the manga and is anime original. Why are there hardly any female demon slayers? I know there's Mitsuri, Shinobu, Kano, and Aoi, but since the Hashira training started, I haven't seen one female participant. Doma just eats them all. Where does Gyomei store his flail and axe when he doesn't fight? Wrapped on his balls. That's why he's always crying. Hashira training episodes? Episode 8. Himejima-san spilled the entire tea. How Himejima Gyomei views the other pillars. She's delicate. She tends to work too hard. She seems to enjoy talking with Tomioka. He tends to boastfully speak, but remains cool-headed. He assesses his own capabilities correctly and isn't overconfident. She's a good-natured girl. She seems to like Igoro. He possesses a strong will and is honest at heart. He's a bashful person. He seems to like Kane. He's naturally inarticulate and gloomy. He seems happy talking with Kocho. He's positive and never lies. He's honest. He's able to say things that need to be said. His mentality is mature. A very earnest child. He's sensitive. He seems to be in love with Kanroji. Before hair dye was invented, how do I tell the barber I want this haircut without showing him this image? Anyone wish that he kept his long hair? Muzan would just have a heart attack. Now that season 4 is over, what are your thoughts and opinions on that season so far? Amazing, and the Muzan scenes were peak. Man's had the coldest entrance I've seen in a minute. And Ubuyashiki had the coldest exit since Hanji. It was a pretty hot exit, to be honest. Oh, I wish. Poor Akaza getting gang Bible studied by all the Hashira at once. Why didn't Muzan take Tengen to the Infinity Castle too? Despite being injured, he surely still could have been a threat to him. Tengen was in the bathroom when the summons happened, so they let him be. He was taking the loudest and flashiest poo mankind has ever seen. Yeah, and imagine that all flying through the Infinity Castle. Poo everywhere. Muzan does not want that. Those demons never stood a chance. Apparently, these are the most important people in Tanjiro's life as it flashes before his eyes. Why did Tanjiro think of these 3 bums before his sister? Now I can understand this statement. Muzan is a real psychological abuser. Who was it that killed your husband and children? And then you went on to kill hordes of humans.
Emotional damage!
After becoming a demon, Muzan settled down with 5 different women throughout the Heian period. However, because of his lack of empathy and sensitivity as a demon, he verbally abused all 5 of his wives to the point it drove them to all commit self-deletion. Ah yes, my psychological abuse technique I haven't used since the Heian era. Make this make sense. So, imagine how a high five feels like. Now imagine how a high five feels after your hand is run over by 3 semi-trucks. He was fine in the first picture, but he was pretty injured in the second. A beautiful way to honor his loved ones. Giyu's outfit in memory of his sister and best friend. Trust me, bro. Come outside. We won't jump you. Gyomei taking the kids trick-or-treating. Last chance to look at me, Ubuyashiki. Tanjiro, we need to cook. What if? Relatable? Me staring at the wall for 20 minutes instead of getting ready in the morning. Who wins in a fistfight? We were talking about the same guy who traumatized Muzan so much it caused him to have flashbacks from just his earrings alone. Also, that PTSD is so bad it's hereditary. I think people forget the fact that Yoriichi has so much strength that he can keep his sword red whenever he fights demons. Gyomei, on the other hand, needed to clash his 2 weapons to make them red. Also, Yoriichi has a permanent mark, meaning that his body is so strong that permanent boosts don't decrease his lifespan. Sparing them for a little while. He just didn't want to break his heart. Where is Rengoku? Muzan locked him in the Infinity Castle because he is frighteningly strong, and the Hashiras will try to free him and save him. Tanjiro, open up and say, ah! This world shall know pain. Why did Rengoku get arrested? Is he stupid? Them using swords to fight? Genya. If you were wondering where Inosuke's tempura went, he hid it inside his boar hide. He's saving the health boost items for the upcoming battles. This is easily the greatest thing Gotoge has ever produced. Life is like Shinobu. Aw, because Shinobu is your life? No, because life is short. What if Rengoku accepted the offer? Akaza, I guess you still don't understand that I am stronger than you are now. The darkest timeline, because if Kyojuro would do it, then any other Hashira would in this alternate universe. Me? The guy who decided to make Infinity Castle arc a movie trilogy. Always remember. OMG, the demon died. All it wanted was love. But didn't it eat like 1,200 humans? Another Tanjiro cares about demons meme. So here's a reminder that Tanjiro did not once know about a demon's backstory, nor did he forgive a demon for their actions. He can show sympathy, like gently beheading Spider Mother, but he never shows mercy. I didn't know that Muzan has a cell phone. How did Muzan know Nezuko could conquer the sun? Did he get a notification or what? He can see the memories of all the demons he creates, so while Hantengu was burning up, he saw Nezuko standing in the sun, unfazed, which Muzan saw. Another day of thanking God for giving Demon Slayer to Ufotable. I hate the movie trilogy idea though. Can Kokushibo lick his bottom eyes? Yes. Imagine what he felt after that sentence. Say goodbye to the ghost children for me. The... what? One Piece is clearly the best anime. No, it's obviously Naruto. This series is not the best. I know, but it can be a lot of fun sometimes. There is too much female fan service in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Meanwhile, male characters. Can someone Photoshop this so Genya is at Paris 2024? If I say I love you, will you say it back? Of course. I love you. It back. Do you think Muzan would give the demons the ability to walk in the sun if he ever got it? When he came to know about Nezuko conquering sunlight through Hantengu, he had a flashback that he created more of his kind just so that at least one of them conquers the sunlight. He didn't want to create any more of his kind because he wanted to be the supreme being. So if he had got Nezuko, he would probably end all other demons. What is the most cursed Kimetsu no Yaiba photo you have? Imagine if Doma pranks Muzan and paints it blue, then gives it to him. Akaza would get a neat promotion. Damn, my body is completely burning. All because of Ubuyash Akaza. Akaza, yeah, it's all because of Akaza. What's a thing you would say if you saw him? Mofo, if I see him, I'm not saying anything to him. I want to live. Kanroji-san, if you win this fight, I'll marry you! Love breathing, future bride. Never really understood this trash. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects the sunlight. Kaguya is so weak, his Janes isn't even fighting. Murata for real just gotta be in every picture, sticking out like a sore thumb. I had to learn how to draw to create this. How strong is Muzan? Bro can regenerate his pants. If you were Muzan, what would you do? How would you try to get immunity to sunlight? Move to England. Why did Akaza say this? I can't pull out. Kaguya Ubuyashiki without the curse mark on his face. What really happened behind the scenes of episode 8 of season 4? The entire Kimetsu no Yaiba sub be like, One Night with Shinobu, or End World Hunger and Poverty. Press blue, she'd like that, then you smash to celebrate. How the Hashira sees Shinobu? Her in reality. You are the stupid one. My IQ is 5 times yours, so shut up now. 5 times 0 is still 0, idiot. Peanut breathing, 5th form. Waku waku. You know the episode gonna be 10 out of 10 when there's a fire in it. Why I started watching Demon Slayer. I came for the women. I stayed for the men. Set your heart ablaze. Say less. What did she do? The kick she did to Tanjiro in the mountains killed him. I feel like starting a controversy, so here are some facts you need to accept. Hard to swallow pills. Mitsuri surpassed both Rengoku and Tengen. Ranking the Hashira based on how many results they have on a certain green website. The silver lining is Giyu can brag that he has more fans than Sanemi and Obanai. I made Tanjiro without the spark in his eyes cause I don't know and wanted to share. What if he arrived and this was the first thing he saw? Serpent breathing, 9th form, agonizing venom of flap around and find out. The fact that Muzan explicitly tried to intimidate Tanjiro at the end of the season and got immediately upset by his response. Bro got salty over a 15-year-old kid talking back to him. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do the 5 completely crushed berries represent Tanjiro's dead siblings and mother, and the one which is almost crushed represents Nezuko since it's Muzan who walked over those berries? Or is it just not that deep? It seems someone cooked here. Tanjiro and the others after fighting Daki and Gyutaro. We did it, Patrick! We saved the city! The Hashiras are fighting the Demon King? Meanwhile, all Hashiras genderbend. Credits go to this person. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to read that. I think it's Korean, but yeah, shout out to this person. What if? If he's actually trying to efficiently kill Muzan, but he rarely ever takes the fight seriously, he can just grab him and jump into the atmosphere or space to expose him to direct sunlight. Demon Slayer characters playing Monopoly. Gets way too into it. Please calm down, it's just a game. Places bets. Just watches the chaos. Accurate. Sad spoiler for Demon Slayer Mugen Train movie. Rengoku saying "umai" is more than a random joke. In old Japan, warriors were taught to savor every bite of food, for it may be their last. He wasn't just being energetic, he was savoring every bite of his final meal. Me? If Tanjiro can smell blood, does that mean he knows which girls are on their periods? Everyone else? Who's the best Kimetsu no Yaiba girl? You forgot one who also happens to be the answer. Saw the top picture online and had this reaction. No, it is now illegal. When I'm telling my mother a story and accidentally tell the illegal part. I'm only joking. Give me your cursed images. This somehow looks natural and cursed at the same time. What if he was allowed to go sell charcoal with Tanjiro that day? He dies later to give Tanjiro character development. Me? My depression? Music. What's the most cursed Kimetsu no Yaiba image you have? I'll start. Not sure how I feel about that sentence. Sanami looks like a chinchilla on steroids.